Hi there. Thanks for joining us for Together. I'm Karen Leigh. Well, you might have noticed we've been sharing inspiring stories of how people are coming together for Colorado, for each other, strangers or neighbors. This show is dedicated to only that, the positive happening all around us. This is a show that you can watch with the entire family, even the little ones. So get ready, sit back, relax, and enjoy the good that's happening right next door. A team here in Colorado takes the idea of helping others to new heights. As our Karen Morfitt shows us, it helped a woman climb her first 14er.
Narissa Cannon not only climbed a 14er, she did it in her wheelchair. Using an all-terrain wheelchair with levers to help keep her moving forward, she was able to do a lot of the climbing on her own. Later, on Together, the right team in Colorado to help her, and a familiar face cheers her on.
There was a lot of towing and pulling and spotting and even carrying along the way.
A wife struggled to communicate with her husband after he was badly burned. How she's turning her loss into help for others. Kathy Walsh shares her very personal mission.
Jerry and Arnett Scouten were married for nearly 47 years. They were a family partial to racing Porsches.
Jerry liked to win. And
But in 2013, Jerry crashed.
because he died without any of us, without him being able to tell us how he felt.
We share the great work our first responders in Colorado do all the time. In this case, Matt Kroschel shows us how deputies and EMS workers came together to make sure some high school sweethearts have many more years together, one of whom he's known for years too.
And they did it after helping each other with AED training. Now all Summit County Sheriff's deputies have one in their patrol cars. Coming up on Together, we'll show you how one deputy says she knew she had to use it. And that deputy happens to be my sister.
So could you go an entire month without using social media? Some Colorado teenagers from Heritage High School can, and they are being recognized for their efforts by some of the largest tech giants in the world. Jamie Leary and photographer Bill Mashore shows us how they're taking a pledge to go offline this October.
We saw that the sponsors of the event were like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We were like, well, we're kind of saying not to use them.
It's kind of intimidating. Kason and Chloe stood in front of social media giants, talking to them about why kids should go offline.
I think even they can see that it's become an addiction for a lot of people, so I think they could even get on board.
Last year, alongside fellow students, Kason and Chloe started Offline October. It was an effort spurred by tragedy to get kids to disconnect.
Last year we had a few suicides in our community and we kind of saw how it impacted everyone around us.
The campaign spread faster than anyone expected to thousands of students across 3 continents. Google chose to hear from them, thanks to this woman, their teacher, and she couldn't be more excited.
So excited.
Mrs. Breathour nominated them to be recognized for Digital for Good. It's a celebration of teens doing good with technology.
We had a horrible start to last school year, and then instead of letting that be what defined the school year, they're like, how can we make it better?
While they've managed to influence teens and schools across the world, they probably face their toughest audience when talking to the adults in the social media world.
Jamie, I have to tell you, I love this story. I'm so just inspired and moved by these young people getting out there and doing something. They're just amazing.
Yeah, it's great to highlight all the good things that teenagers in our community are doing for us, and this time it's with social media.
Yeah, I love this. So they went to San Francisco. How did they do?
So they were really nervous because it's hard to tell tech giants, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, that it's a good thing to go offline once in a while, and their message really resonated, and they were actually approached by a couple large companies to collaborate on some projects going forward. So they found a lot of success in their mission in telling these guys that, hey, we need to modify our behavior when it comes to social media. And you heard it was a result of suicides in their area. So they've taken something totally tragic and turned it into an amazing mission.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about this. We know these kids are a few days into this. How is it going for them so far?
So they're officially going to launch. They're really busy trying to get more people to pledge. Right now they have 16 schools, 18 states, and 5 countries, and they want more people to join on. September 30th is going to be their official launch date. So they actually got one middle school to fully go cell phone free entirely. So
I love this.
Goddard Middle School here. So they totally banned cell phones in their school because of this. But September 30th, they're having a launch party at Clement Park at 5 p.m. So that's when they hope everybody will kind of disconnect from social media.
Yeah, so really what we need to do is just spread the word, right? I mean, they just want to get their movement out there so that people know about it, so then they can sign up and take part.
Absolutely. And they're not saying that social media is terrible. They're just saying disconnect. They want people to unplug for just a little bit and kind of enjoy the beautiful outdoors.
Yeah, as we all should, right?
Absolutely.
Jamie Larry, thank you so much for that. We just love this group of kids. Thank you. Well, a woman who made history in the skies comes together to share her story with students at the Wings Over the Rockies. Emily Howell Warner is the first woman to earn her captain's wings. She spoke to 30 kids at the Wings Aerospace Academy, encouraging more people to take an interest in flying. It's a field that is still underrepresented by women. She's retired and has dementia, but she can still remember why flying is so special.
You're flying with me today, and he said, but I don't want you to touch anything on the airplane. Oh man, it was a quiet flight the whole time. But we got on the ground and I said, you know, I really enjoyed flying with you. You know, like I was kidding, but I really enjoyed flying with you. And he said, well, I don't know about women flying, but I guess it was going to happen.
Warner is 78 years old, earned her captain's stripes in 1976. She says some were not welcoming to the idea of women becoming pilots, but learned to accept them later on. She retired with more than 21,000 flight hours. A widow from Denver is helping critically ill people communicate better. Her donation has allowed University of Colorado Hospital to buy high-tech devices that help patients who can't speak. Kathy Walsh and photographer Dale Atchison show us how this very personal mission is allowing others to come together in Colorado.
I'm using my eyes to communicate.
This computer is equipped with special eye tracking technology.
So I have to hold my eye gaze on my letter for about 1 second.
Speech pathologist Megan Griffin can spell what she wants to say.
H-E-Y.
It gives those who can't speak a voice.
And that's what Jerry would have needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
Jerry and Arnett Scouten were married for nearly 47 years. They were a family partial to racing Porsches.
Jerry liked to win, and
but in 2013, Jerry crashed.
And he just got overheated, and he passed out and just drove off the track and hit the concrete barrier.
The car caught fire. At the burn center at University of Colorado Hospital, Jerry had a breathing tube and couldn't speak. It was frustrating and heartbreaking.
Because he died without any of us, without him being able to tell us how he felt.
Since Jerry's death, Arnett has restored and sold a vintage Porsche Carrera. She's donated some of the proceeds to buy this and other speech-generating devices for the hospital in Jerry's honor.
For the guy who talks a lot, he would have thought this was great.
And Arnett believes Jerry would be proud of her, having the vision to help others have a voice.
No doubt, Jerry is proud. Not only will they help patients with speech difficulties communicate with family, but by using this, patients can also have a say in their own care and treatment. Coming up, caring for kids this winter, how one company is helping to make sure children are cozy and comfy come the cold weather.
A new coat is really, to a lot of these kids who haven't had something new, it's really special. The new coat gives them pride and ownership.
Together with Karen Leigh, sponsored by Canvas Credit Union. We're Canvas, and we've got you covered, Colorado. Go live.
Everyone needs a warm coat in Colorado, especially the little ones that like to play outside. All the kids at Peoria Elementary School got new winter coats over the last few days. Every year, Operation Warm donates thousands of coats to kids who need them. FedEx Cares helped with all the donations as well. And Broncos player Royce Freeman was there to help kids choose the perfect size. And it was easy to see that the new coats really made those kids happy.
Hi, brother. I'm on TV.
Who's that?
My twin brother.
Is he going to get a matching coat?
Because if we get matching coats, then we're not going to know which one is which.
I love that little boy. This is just the first of 15 stops Operation Warm and FedEx will make in the Denver area. All right, meteorologist Lauren Whitney sitting in with us, and it cools down just like that in a snap of a day, doesn't it? Before you know it, it's winter.
Exactly. You'll need those coats soon, but a roller coaster ride this weekend. Some cool temperatures, some warm temperatures.
We've been all over the place.
We've been all over the place. So it looks a lot like fall. We're finally in the fall season, and we have some great pictures to show you. This is of Mimi O'Brien. You can see they're going for a hike there with their cute dog. Didn't get sent the name, but that is certainly a happy puppy that gets to go out and about and do some hiking. It's such a great place to go up there.
It's beautiful. Look at that backdrop. Just awesome.
And this was right before the fall colors change, and now we've seen so many great pictures of the fall colors. This is from Laura Phillips. She was in Vail doing a little horseback riding with her boyfriend. You can see the fall colors just starting to change there. Just majestical to get to horseback ride through there.
I want to go.
I know. Take us with you, Laura. That is just a beautiful picture. It has been so great in the high country. So if you're out and about enjoying the fall colors, make sure you send us pictures with you in them so we can show them off. We have a huge gallery, too, at cbsdenver.com.
Yeah, we want to highlight everyone, don't we? We want to see who you are. So send your pictures to us.
Or your dogs.
That's right. Well, be sure, as we mentioned, to send those photos. When you're out enjoying Colorado with your family, send an email at togetherforcolorado@cbs.com. You can also post it on social media using the hashtag #4Colorado, and we will be sure to share it right here on the show. On this week's Together for Colorado calendar, Tuesday, eat at any Noodles and Company in Colorado, and you'll support a good cause. Just mention the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society at the register, and they'll donate to the group. On Friday, it's the Laughs for Love event in Golden. The night of comedy benefits Be the Reason, which is working to bring clean drinking water to Haiti. On Saturday, it's the Run for the Angels 5K at the Rocky Mountain Metropolitan Airport. We have put more information on these events on the Together for Colorado page at cbsdenver.com. Communities are coming together and their efforts become traditions. And this is one we always look forward to sharing with you. In Buena Vista, the entire town sat down for a family-style dinner together. More than 3,600 people in all. They sat at a long table on Harrison Avenue in the middle of town. And look at that rainbow. Your reporter Marcy Scheidt sent us these pictures. Well, we've taken you to Buena Vista's town dinner last year. The BV Strong event started after a rock slide killed a family from that town. Well, the community decided to come together to support one another amid that tragedy. 2 sheriff's deputies recognized the signs of a heart attack and saved a life. They and other EMS workers came together to make sure that the patient had that second chance to keep the love between those 2 sweethearts alive. As Matt Kroschel and John Mason show us, those deputies had just trained on deploying AEDs before this happened. And Matt has a family connection to this.
This is our AED.
Jam-packed with special gear to protect and serve in Colorado's playground.
The time seems to kind of slow down when all of this is happening.
For Summit County Sheriff's Deputy Mariah Kroschel, an AED she hauls around with her on patrol turned out to be an important tool to helping her save a life. Deputy Kroschel, along with Deputy Ryan Hosier, out on a special DUI patrol.
We were supposed to be out doing traffic stops, taking drunk drivers off the road, and here we are doing CPR on a male that's not conscious or breathing. It has nothing to do with the DUI shift, but just there at the right place at the right time.
Once I ran up, the vehicle did start to go actually into both lanes of traffic. These are AED pads.
Within 25 seconds, the AED was shocking the victim's heart. Moments later, they got a pulse back.
Ironic, just about 2 weeks ago, we had our annual CPR and AED refresher. So all of this was like very, fresh on my mind.
Mariah was the one that just impressed me so much. He was, I guess, the first responder, the deputy.
A grateful family speaking to us from the hospital.
She was saying how they were high school sweethearts, and they met when they were 16 years old, and they've been inseparable since.
Helen, the victim's wife, says she was in the car when he slumped over and watched the entire rescue unfold, not knowing if her husband would make it.
It's like a miracle. And I believe in miracles, and I saw one for the real first time in my life. And because my husband is alive and he's doing okay.
A high country save with a very happy ending.
It was amazing. I'm so happy that they get more years together because it's just one of those stories that you don't always hear. And I'm very happy that, it was a positive outcome.
That man is expected to make a full recovery. The sheriff up here in Summit County says he is very proud of the actions of his deputies out here to save a life. And I have a pretty good source at the Kroschel home that says they're pretty proud of Deputy Kroschel tonight also. Reporting in Summit County, Matt Kroschel, covering Colorado First.
Oh, Matt, so are we. Well, head on Together while Vail firefighters are filling the boot. Catch the latest episodes of Together as well as your favorite Together for Colorado stories anytime at CBSDenver.com. The spirit of Colorado is spreading to other states as a team here in Colorado takes the idea of helping others to new heights. As Karen Morfitt shows us, the nonprofit organization No Barriers helped a Utah woman in a wheelchair do the unthinkable. They helped her climb her first 14er.
Reaching the summit of a Colorado 14er is a feat for anyone. Narissa Cannon did it in her wheelchair.
The majority of the people that ended up on the hike, I didn't know before that day.
27 people from different parts of Colorado met Cannon at the base of Mount Bierstadt over the weekend. Starting before the sun, the group set out to help her conquer her goal. Among them was Golden's Eric Weinmayer.
There was a lot of towing and pulling and spotting and even carrying along the way.
Weinmayer is the first blind person to summit Mount Everest and co-founded the nonprofit No Barriers, who helped organize the climb. Cannon turned to them after learning she would be confined to a wheelchair 5 years ago.
Doctors haven't really been able to give me a definitive answer on what it is, and seeking the answer was actually, it was stunting me.
She said, "Hey, do you think I could do a 14er?" And we said, "You definitely could." Now in my mind, I'm thinking, well, I mean, you definitely could, but a lot could go wrong too, right?
After 5 hours and a little help from some of her new friends, Cannon and the team that rallied behind her reached the top.
It was really gusty on the ridge just before we made the last crawl through the boulders, and then we got to the top and it was clear and it was calm and it was warm. It was just indescribable.
And what a gift. The total trip up and down Mount Bierstadt took the group about 10 hours. Congratulations. Well, as you've noticed, our Together for Colorado stories are a positive, empowering way of reporting the most important stories across our state in a way that keeps the focus on you and your family. In Vail, it's the first responders who are saying thank you to the community. That's because with their help, firefighters were able to raise nearly $9,000 during its Fill the Boot fundraiser. The money will go directly to the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Well, we love to see how people are coming together where you live, so post it on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram using the hashtag #4Colorado. And I'll be sure to share it on air. You can always email me directly. Well, I love talking with you, hearing from all of you, especially when you share your feedback of this show. David Maddox sends us this note. He writes, "Love your wonderful, positive show. Thanks again for my Sunday morning dose of happiness." David, we thank you for watching, and we're so glad that you're enjoying this show. We enjoy it too. Well, I'd love to hear from you, so send me your feedback, story ideas, and pictures of you out and about with your family. You can email me directly or post them to social media using the hashtag #4Colorado, and we'll be sure to put them on air right here. Well, I sure hope you've enjoyed our show today. Until then, we leave you with the sounds of Denver's Oktoberfest. The event runs through this weekend in Lodo. Photojournalist Robert Sanchez takes us there.